Oh, there we go. See? I was muted. Well, at least you guys did hear me blow my nose then. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Dee Dee. How's it going? Again. Dee Dee 2.0. One sec. Good evening, good evening. It's funny because I blew my nose and then I went, oh shoot. Was the mic hot? And then it's like, no, the mic wasn't hot. And then I forgot to unmute the mic. Tis allergy season, tis the season for the sniffles. Fa la 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 la. Have to put eye drops in because my eyes are itching like crazy. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be 17. Oh, and we're gonna hit 23 next week. Celsius, not Fahrenheit. Though I think technically most of the world functions in Celsius over Fahrenheit, so. But yeah, spring weather sure has come. It's been all rain here lately. That can be nice, though that does increase mold. But when you have pollen allergies, rain can be nice because the rain knocks all the pollen off the trees. That was not what I was looking for. It was dry and cold for longer than usual. Yeah, weather has been up and down here. I have gotten shocked by appliances. Once yesterday, once today. It's like, okay, I know it's drier than usual in here, but come on. It's like, I didn't know I conducted electricity that well. Oh, yeah, that would do it. Tomorrow and Friday, the pollen's gonna be really high. That's why my eyes are already watering. It's like I get a free warning sometimes. But yeah, that'll be fun. So yeah, if my voice sound... I don't know if I actually sound a little off to my own ears, I do. But your voice is different when you hear it through your bones versus through, like, someone actually hearing it through ears, so... But yeah, the allergies sure are allerging. I have not had dairy today, and I'm like, Trying to think, what else I've been up to today? I'm almost caught up on all of the Apothecary Diaries. Like novels that are out in English, there are 15 with the 16th coming out in May, and I'm on volume 14. Yippee! Then I have to figure out what I'm gonna start reading after that. Because it takes quite a while for next series to come out. I was thinking about grabbing the 86 light novels after we finish watching the anime in the Discord. Not sure. I might. Sometimes the issue with reading a novel series that has, like, 14 plus volumes is the resisting the temptation to purchase a whole bunch at a time. Like, the reason I ended up getting 13 volumes of the Apothecary Diaries is Bookwalker, which is an online manga / light novel platform. Oh gosh, I lost my train of thought there for a second. Sorry. Yes, so on Bookwalker, they were doing a sale where it was like all of the first 13 volumes of the Apothecary Diaries was for sale as like a massively discounted package. Which is why I scooped it up at the time, because it was essentially I got 2 books free with like what the discount was or something like that. Because otherwise, it's... Oh, what does the conversion end up working out to? Because Bookwalkers moved over to using coins instead of straight dollars. So it's $9 to get like 700-ish coins, which is a little bit less than what you need to get a light novel. I'm assuming that price is in American, not Canadian, so it's probably more like $13 Canadian to get one light novel. So, you know, $13 times 14 books. That's a lot. It's hard to believe how much more content there could be. Oh god, yeah. I was reading up on it a bit. Because there's the arc with, like, you know, the Jihad Federacy? And then there's, like, then there's an arc after that, because it's, like, the Jihad Federacy. They go take out another shepherd. And then there's this other one where they go... Like, every arc, it's like, oh yeah, we're taking out another shepherd kind of thing. So it just keeps going. They just keep whittling away at the Legion. And I mean, they've even made spin-offs, which is, like, some of them are comedy spin-offs. But yeah. Oh shoot, no way. Alejandro's sob is Shin in the 86 audiobooks. I guess they're from Shin's point of view then, I'm assuming. Unless he only did it for... I don't listen to audiobooks. I imagine they don't get different actors to do voices for different characters, and it's just like whoever the narrator is reading the dialogue out loud. So I assume if they specifically mention Alejandro as like audiobook only, he's like reading it. I had to listen to audiobooks. Bookwalker has, like, you can get the audiobooks for light novels and stuff like that through that app as well. Some of them are on, like, Apple Books and stuff. I don't know if all of them are. But I think a lot of them are. "13 volumes are on Audible. Uh-oh! Let's go. Goodbye, Zod." We've lost him. Light novel translation has two narrators. That's one for male point of view and one for female point of views. Ah, okay, makes sense. Because I have nothing against audiobooks, but they're just not for me. I feel like even with podcasts, I space out so badly. I would not absorb any of the content if I actually listened to a book instead of reading it. So, I mean, the audiobooks are nice for commuting and stuff like that, but I would just not digest anything. Yeah, no, commuting makes total sense. And I mean, I sometimes would listen to podcasts and stuff while commuting or at work, and it's like, yeah, just completely zones out. Like, that was my problem with, Critical Role. Because I have tried many times to get into Critical Role. I don't know if it's just because the voice actors' voices relax me too much or what, but I just completely blip out of existence listening/watching Critical Role. And then I'm like, I have no idea what's happened. I got nothing. I watched, I think at least 20 episodes. I barely grasped the characters' names. And then for some reason, Adventure Time, I was fine. Big Sis? Hello, Zexu. How's it going? How am I? I'm pretty good. Just yapping about books, you know, what a nerdy thing. Also, allergies, because it's that time of year. The pollen's really starting to... The pollen's really starting to go. I always do warm-ups before stream, but I have to be really diligent in the spring and fall. Otherwise, you can see the pollen in the air here. Oh no. Yeah. Happens here too. It depends on the pollen. I think it's cedar. That's like their big yellow clumps. Like it stains cars? Ah, yeah. Pollen do be like that. Entered a whole new world realizing Audible has the light novels for anime. Hey, let's go! God. I haven't kept up with the Sword Art Online light novels. Last time I read them, it was Alicization, which was like 15 years ago. They're still going. They've got, like, some kind of underworld arc now? I have got no idea what's happening. I keep meaning to get back into, the SAO. The underworld arc was fire? Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. It was just one of those things, I was reading fan translations of the light novels before they came out in English officially, and I caught up with the translation. And then, you know, you get into other things, and then you forget to catch up, and next thing you know, years have passed. I did enjoy them. So I didn't stop because I hated them or anything. I just stopped because I caught up on the current content. I keep meaning to get back to the spin-off of SAO. Oh my god. The one that's set in Gun Gale. I forget what the spin-off's called. Because I watched the anime, but that was a long time ago. Alternative, that's it. I liked Season 1. I really did like Season 1. Out of, like, the different worlds that Sword Art Online introduced, through the different arcs of the anime, Gun Gale was my favorite world, so I was really happy that they made a spin-off in it. You got thousands of anime, but you're too busy? Uh-huh, I understand. I'm just starting to get back into watching anime regularly, and that's because after, like, 6 years, I'm finally bored of gacha games. I mean, famous last words. Because new ones are coming out. But I was talking with Aduna about this. The story in a lot of them, super fun. The stuff that happens in between updates, not so much fun. Like, the daily grind isn't really fun in gacha games. You just do it to get the materials for the next character. Sometimes the events are nice. Lately, a lot of them, I'm just finding myself skipping the text. I'm like, oh, man. No. But I mean, we've got new stuff coming out, end of the month. Like, Neverness to Everness is coming out. So that'll be interesting. And then the Hoyo one where it's vaguely horror. We don't know when it's coming out yet. There hasn't even been betas for it, but I'm excited for that one. And then the rumors are that Petit Planet is going to be coming out soon, because they're doing the second beta test this month. And usually Hoyo only does 2 to 3 beta tests before release, so very exciting. Because, I mean, we find ourselves getting into gacha games because we love games. But, we have limited funds, so we get pulled in by all the free-to-plays. Such is life. Speaking of games, though, I totally did not force that segue, but it's fine. I've been yapping for like half an hour. It's time. It's time. Yippee! Alright. Also, give me a second. Because United Fight is technically going on. I've just got that going in the background. DD is OP enough that things are just running on their own. Sometimes I stream United Fight, sometimes I don't. Depends on my mood. Ultra Strong DD, I do my best! I need to actually, The hilarious thing about Grand Blue is you have to plan out the progression sometimes of how you're going to improve. Because it's like the materials from this raid you use to strengthen this, and then you go to the next raid to get the materials to strengthen that, and it's like sequential kind of thing. So I have to actually like sit down and be like, okay, where am I going from here? Some of the raids are quite tough, but it's harder to do the coordination in Grand Blue like you would in an MMO. So sometimes it's like you just start the raid, and someone fricks it up real bad, and it's like, well, nobody gets anything. Yay! The actual Dennis was taken. Hello, welcome in. You're just in time. We're about to get rolling. Oh, let me just adjust the windows a bit. Behind the scenes, if I move chat too far to one corner, then my phone blocks chat. Like my streaming phone blocks chat. But then if I have you guys too far off to the side, then I have to like rotate all the way around to read you guys. It was one of those things that's like, alright, I understand why the people with super active chats end up getting a vertical monitor just for chat. It's like much easier on everything. Alrighty. So we've been working our way through these routes. Last time, Yako and her Mio, they did a spirit seance. What is this game about? So, yeah, it is a horror game, or at least vaguely creepy. So, basically the subtitle is The 7 Mysteries of Honjo. So it's referring to 7 urban legends that happen in this town that are associated with the town of Honjo, which is the old name for an area of Sumida City. So this all takes place during a single night. Someone started a ritual, and because of that ritual, so far, like 6 or so people have been gifted the power of curses. And using these curses, if certain conditions are met, they can kill a person and collect their soul into the little object that signifies the curse. So, for example, the very first guy here, Shogo, his curse was tied to the urban mystery of what was called the Whispering Canal. And basically how it worked for him is if anyone turned his back to him, he could use the curse and they would die of drowning. Like, even though you're not near a body of water. This girl, Haruwe, she can kill someone as long as they have a fire or a flame-producing implement on them. So if you have a lighter, she can set you on fire. This guy, if you lie to him, you get hanged. This girl, if you listen to the song that's associated with her curse for 30 seconds, you die of a fall. So, like, those are the ones we have so far based on the protagonists. There's a few others that are associated with other characters, but they're not player characters. So the whole point of this ritual is to get enough souls to perform what's called the rite of resurrection. And as it sounds, supposedly, if you have all of the souls that you need, like you fill up your container to 100%, you will be able to resurrect someone who died. So, like, Hanue wants to bring back her son because he was killed in like a botched kidnapping kind of thing. The police fucked up. Surprise, surprise. Yako's investigating the death of her childhood friend, so she wants to bring back her friend. Because people, the police speculated it was a suicide, even though there was no note. And so Yako is under the impression that her friend died in an accident instead. Why does the rite of resurrection always involve mass sacrifice? Who knows, man? Why can't it just involve some mind-bending puzzles? I guess then it wouldn't be dark or it wouldn't be fun. I don't know. The Tsutsumi guy, he doesn't have a reason for the rite. He is actually a police officer. And he used to be in this secret organization within the police called like Paranormal Affairs. So he's going around trying to find all the people who have the curse bearers. Or sorry, who have all the curses and confiscate the stones that give them their power before, you know, more people die. So that's the gist of it. So we've been going along the different paths. So if there is a square like this lit up, that means we can progress their story. If it's cracked like this, that means there's a split here. If it's grayed out, that means, you know, we successfully completed that. So like here, there's like the two splits. Like split 1, this girl accidentally died. Split 2, he dies instead. That stuff. Excuse me, I think I bumped the mic for a second. Alright. A threatening phone call. After persuading Araishi, the curse bearer of the ever-burning lantern, to give up his stone, Tsutsumi and Erio have obtained 3 curse stones in total. They continue their investigation of the town in search for the remaining curse bearers. Getting platinum on Tsukihime, and you have to get every single bad ending? Ah, yes. That is generally what it takes to 100% a visual novel, which can be... Nowadays, at least, there's the flowcharts. Back in my day, but not really. Like, back in some of the older visual novels, they didn't really have flowcharts. So you were just straight up save scumming. It was a grand old time. Well, with this, we'll have visited every place connected to the 7 mysteries. This is the last spot, huh? And we've got nothing to show for it. Even though every last location looks suspect from top to bottom. I mean, that's what happens when you're walking around at like 2 a.m. In a big city, everything looks suspect at 2 a.m. Maybe we came at the wrong time. There might not have been any curse bearers around. Sounds like we need to do another round before morning comes then. Or maybe someone's been observing our movements. What? No way. It's just a thought. Either way, we should check out this last place. Let's hope we finally get a lead. Kinshibori Park. Uh-oh. This is where the first protagonist, Shogo, was hanging out at the beginning of the night. Uh-oh. Yep. Whoa, what the hell is this? Rest in peace, Shogo. Dead as a doornail. Is he dead? Damn it, we were too late. Was this a curse too? Hang on, I'm going to call this in. I'll leave it to you. I'm going to take a look around. Brah. Boss, bad news. What is it? Another mysterious death was reported in the area just now. The medical unit forensics team are on their way, but it'll be a while before they arrive. Don't look around, just don't stay in the town anymore. Time to get at the heck out of Dodge. Technically, they're police officers, though, so they shouldn't do that. Fortunately for us, these cops have a sense of, duty. This is bad news, so they got someone else. You think this is the work of a curse bearer? With suspicious deaths popping up one after another, we have to assume it is. Did something not appear behind him? Might have. People have popped up randomly in the background. You are probably correct. I was just looking at chat, so I probably missed it. But there have been, like, shadowy figures that suddenly pop into the frame, and then the story doesn't address them. Until you interact with it. Shit. Guess we'll be stuck waiting around for a while. Huh? Boss? That phone is ringing. I checked the surroundings earlier. There was no signs of curse bearer or any curse echoes around. The ringing of the phone is the only sound cutting through the quiet park. Yeah, fun fact, you could technically call payphones. Because the payphones do actually technically have a number. Just, you know, it's technically not supposed to be something you know. Don't like that? Don't like random telephones ringing? Me neither. I don't like any telephones ringing. Well, better go check it out. You're right, but be careful. It could be a curse. I mean, he's not wrong. Hey, I said we. You expect me to go alone? For a split second, I saw Annie open transparent. Oh, God. Damn it. Hello? Kinshibori Park phone booth. Evening, Detective Tsutsumi. How are things looking out there? Who is this? Ha ha ha! I finally got him! The real deal! Detective Tetsuo Tsutsumi himself! Ah, wait. That's Chief Inspector Tsutsumi now, isn't it? You've come a long way since we last met. I guess this is probably the serial killer guy. Because they've talked about this, one dude. Where is his name? Not this guy. Where is he? Is he not in this list? The list of characters differs based on... Ah, this guy. So this guy's a serial killer. He got arrested, was put away for life, but they were talking earlier, hey, so apparently for life doesn't mean for life. A lot of criminals get parole at 20 years as long as they promise never to do the bad thing again and that they're very, very sorry. So I assume this is the guy that's on the phone right now. He looks like he likes the Angels of Delusions. Hey, don't say that. A lot of upstanding people like the Angels of Delusion. This guy looks like he probably would drink their sweat, though, yes. Or something like that. Like, buy the bathwater. I asked you to identify yourself. Man, have you forgotten already? After all the time we spent together? What a time that was. As I recall, I gave you quite the runaround. Wait, is this... Fumichika Nejima? What? Did you just say Fumichika Nejima? Like, the one from the Nejima murders? Ding, 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 you got it! I had a feeling that the great Chief Tsutsumi would remember me. Damn it, I was right. I spent 20 long years in a cell thanks to you. That shit was not easy. I mean, technically, it's because you chopped up a girl while she was still alive into many, many pieces while she was still alive. So really, it's your own fault. You should be thanking me. Hello, Denji. Yeah. He didn't eat her, though. He just threw her in the river. You should be thanking me. Should have given you plenty of time to think and atone for your sins. Ha ha ha! That I did! I've repented! My consciousness is clean as a whistle. Bullshit! 20 years in prison doesn't even begin to make up for the shit you did. I don't know about that. After all, the justice system was gracious enough to grant me parole. God. We were talking about this last time. That, so in one of the other paths, they were talking about the Japanese justice system. This is in the 80s, so things might have changed. But the characters were talking about it like, oh yeah, there's precedents for people getting paroled at 20 years as long as they express regret. And then the state actually goes to the trouble of helping them forge a new identity and get a job so they won't be discriminated against for having a criminal record. And I'm like, the government does more to help a convict reintegrate into society than they do the homeless. Hi, Drakon! How you doing? Hope United Fight's going well. What? If this is the real Fumichika Nejima, he must still have a grudge against me for arresting him. So is this payback? Damn it. How did you find me? How do you know where I am? That's my favorite part! The sound of confusion in your voice, it's to die for. Hope your celestial weapon drops are plentiful. I got one so far. But I mean, sometimes you can go entire United Fights without getting any weapon drops. So, I mean, it's something at least. This is delicious, I can't get enough. Well, why don't you go fry up your whatever burger with some sauce and leave me alone. I'm not telling you shit. Have fun racking your tiny brain for it. Why is he wahaha? Like, could you be more stereotypical? What is your goal? Now, you gotta understand. Hi, Jambola. Welcome in. I've repented, seen the light. I've been a good boy since I was granted parole. Huh? And that's why you're calling payphones in the middle of the night? I even got myself a job. I've been real serious about walking the right path. Well, that's very nice. Keep it up. But it was no good. When the opportunity arose, it was impossible to hold myself back. I knew I had to give you a little token of thanks, or I'd never truly be able to have a fresh start. Do you get what I'm saying? No thanks, I don't need anything. No need to do all that for me. Just try to live a quiet life. Oh, it's no hassle. No hassle at all. A job? Yeah. lady was talking about, it's like, oh, I thought I saw a guy that looked like Fumichika at, like, in a janitor uniform at the high school, but he's lost a lot of weight. And I'm like, who got the guy who was convicted for killing a teenage girl, a job at a high school? Who the fuck was the kid? At least it's not kindergarten. Technically, the kindergarten would have been better, because that's actually further away from the type of person he committed crimes against. Because all his victims were, adult women / teenagers. So technically, kids would have been better. It would be all too easy to just kill you, to tear you apart. But that wouldn't be very satisfying. Certainly not after 20 fucking years of waiting. That's a long time to nurture a grudge. Hang on, we met the janitor at that school. Is he gonna be in this list? He might not be. Oh, this guy. So this is probably the person that lady saw? Because he's the only janitor we've met. Hard to tell. When it's art, it's hard to tell. It's hard to know what similarities due to art style or like actually intentional similarities. But yeah, I see the resemblance too. Also, didn't think of it at the time when we first read this guy's profile. Fake identity? New identity. Because the government gives new identities to pardoned or paroled life convicts based on what the game has said. So technically this is his new legal identity. But yeah, this is something I didn't clue into. I never knew that. This was, like I was saying, this game takes place in the 80s. So I don't know if that was A, factually accurate for Japan in the 80s, and B, if they actually do that still. They definitely don't do that here. But yeah, because I didn't notice this the first time we read his profile, but this paragraph makes it seem more likely that he's Nejima. Although he appears to be a simple, amiable man, Makoto's occasional shrewd remarks have led to speculation among students that he may have led a far more interesting life than it seems. So originally when we read that, I was like, oh, he's probably been like a gangster or he was in jail or something. I didn't even click and put 2 and 2 together that the only other criminal that's been mentioned so far is Nejima. Yeesh. Because this guy, the janitor is supposed to be like middle-aged. So if Nejima was 20 or 30 when he was arrested, and it's been 20 years, he would be between like 40 and 60. So the ages match up too. It's a long time to nurture a grudge. You fucking bet it is. I let it gnaw at me. Grow inside me. I thought of nothing else. All that time I played a model prisoner, endured the harassment those asshole guards threw at me. And I did it all for you, Tsutsumi, so please just accept my deepest and most sincere feelings. Diana's a really good detective. Yes, I am! I'm somewhat infamous for guessing a lot of the twists in these games before they actually drop. I would hire Diana as my personal detective. Hey, let's go! But yeah, it was funny. Well, I don't have a cent in my PayPal account. It's okay. But yeah, it was really funny when we were playing Danganronpa. Because apparently I was guessing a lot of stuff in advance. And people who played the games after we completed them were saying I had to bite my tongue so bad. Because, like, you nailed some of this stuff, like, 2 streams before it actually came to light. Sorry, but I'm afraid I don't feel the same way about you. No! My BL! My ship has sank. Shut up! That attitude of yours is why I'm saving you for last. Always save your favorites for last. What are you planning? Whatever it is, bring it on. I'm not running away. I just told you I'm not coming for you yet. Pay attention when people talk. He was. Technically. You see, this time, I want to see you on your knees, weeping in despair, begging me for mercy. Oh, okay. Oh no, I'm so sorry, dear Nagima. Please forgive me, I won't do it again. Shut up! This is exactly why I've always hated you. Ah, it was worth a shot. Did you really think that would sate me, assholes? You must be crazy. Well, then we're both crazy. We've got so much in common. We should be friends. Enjoy cracking your jokes while you still can. I'm going to kill everyone you care about, one by one, till there's no one left. Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm a lone wolf. I don't have anyone like that in my life. Boss, what about me? Or wait, are you just trying to protect me, Eddie? Oh, shut the fuck up. There's not a single person you care about? I wonder what your sweet daughter would think if she were to hear that. Yeah, that was an obvious reaction. Don't you dare, I'm warning you. Oh, very nice. That's more like it. She's living all on her own, isn't she? Attending university and all? Such a good girl. Oh my. Don't tell me that she just happens to live in Honjo. She does? No, forget it. This isn't funny. I'm going to find you and make you pay. Oh, I love it. Keep going. I want to hear you lose your mind. It's music to my ears. Fuck you. I look forward to chopping up your precious daughter. It'll be just like old times. Diana finally realizes she was swearing too much. Bad girl, shush. $1 in the swear jar. Fine. I'll put it in the same jar we're using for Umineko. Because they keep, $2. Ah! Whatever, fine. I guess I can give you a little hint. Go on. Well, you see... I have the one-sided read. Uh-oh. The one-sided read is one of, the curses. At least you aren't giving me an attitude. I know when to cut my losses. Tsuzumi, you have the Evergreen Beach, no? Nejima, you're a curse bearer? You're using the power of the curse, indeed. And what a peculiar curse it is. But that's where my hint ends. God damn it, the curse echo couldn't have fallen into worse hands. One more thing we should discuss. So it is the janitor. Sure seems like it, yeah. In fact, it's the most important thing. Thought you were finally going to shut up. I'm already sick of you, so I'll pass. Oh, but you don't want to miss this. It's the main course. I could just go after your daughter, but something tells me you'd get bored. No, I'm good. You got me real fired up. You're in my head. Well done. But this is a gift tailor-made for you. I need to stretch? Don't worry. Thank you for hydrate. We get up and stretch every ad break, so ads should kick in a couple minutes. So I will get up and stretch then, don't worry. I'm going to kill all the people you swore to protect, every last person living here. That is literally insane. You couldn't. Oh, but with this curse of mine, I can. I'll give you until dusk. But then, I could probably get a couple hundred people or so. And it'll all be your fault. Oh, it must be so hard to know they'll all die because of you. So tragic, it must be tearing you apart. Don't fuck with me. There's no way an amateur like you could pull off a curse that strong. Unfortunately for you, I absolutely can. My curse stone is a particularly strong one, which means I can have my fun without needing to hold back one bit. $1 in the swear jar. I'm reading the line! Did you really want me to censor in that context? Come on. It's almost like the Feast of Shadows was cast just for me. You're surprisingly well informed about this. Who was it that tipped you off? Who knows? Then how about I kill you? I kill myself first and ruin all your fun. How about that, asshole? Idiot, you think I'd call it off just because you were dead? There's no running away from you. When it's the line, you'll make an exception. Yippee! I'll find you. I won't let you get away with this, Nejima. You got 12 hours. Do you really think your paltry little organization will be able to make a dent in my plans? Oh, the sacrifices made will be heavy. I can't wait to see you sobbing with regret. I'll even have enough soul drinks to pull off the rite of resurrection. How splendid. Wait, Nejima, you're after the... Anyway, see you around. Bye-bye. Well, well, well. Alright, ad break is kicking in. I will be right back. Get up, stretch, get some water. We will be right back. Here we go. Whee! Alright, I'm back. Whee! What if Nongon is the one who kills enough people for the right of resurrection? Oh no. That would actually be interesting. An angel killing a bunch of people. Alright. Boss! Edio, did you catch all that? Neshima, what is he planning? That was apparently the loudest phone call on a payphone in the world. Who knows? For now, we need to find him and get him into custody. Send word to HQ. But the fact that the 7 mysteries are wrapped up in this is gonna make things tricky. You mean with Nejima being a curse bearer? Just our luck, really. It couldn't have been a worse guy. Sounds like his curse will be able to kill a lot of people at once. I'd like to avoid getting our investigators caught in the crossfire. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. We'll use them to find out where he is, but then we're going in alone. We should try to collect as many curse stones as we can before then. Let's hurry. Aye aye, boss! Dramatic camera pans away later. It was reported that a total of 3 suspicious deaths were discovered that night. Uh-oh. Neshima's threats, along with the curses, were kept secret from the general public. However, the Honjo serial killing still made international headlines following the death of police officer Hajime Yoshimi. At Tsutsumi's request, a large-scale investigation was launched into Fumichika Nejima's whereabouts. Tsutsumi and Erio themselves spent the rest of the night looking for curse bearers in the area, but their search ended in vain. And with that, the curtain closed on that cursed night. 12 hours to sunset. Ooh. Complete the Tsutsumi branch of Chapter 1. So is that going to be Chapter 2 now? Alright. Bringing her friend back from the dead means she'll have to pay the price. Yako makes it home safely, but still isn't sure about how to proceed with her curse. She worries about Mio as the night passes. 8 a.m. Yako Sakazaki. Yako's home. Oh, good morning, Yako. Huh? Yako, rise and shine. Huh? You're up. Huh? It's morning. You got dressed and you came downstairs in your sleep? Are you okay? Can you remember your name? I'm Yako Sakazaki. Yes, I'm Yako Sakazaki. Good. Seems like you're fully awake. Oh, Mio, thanks for last night. Was everything okay? Yep, still alive. I couldn't dispel the curse echo or learn the identity of who used it, but I managed to at least get away. But in that situation, it's the best you can hope for. I'm sorry I got you involved in something so dangerous. I meant to look for you as soon as the sun rose, but I was just so sleepy. I can't even remember when I fell asleep. It's okay. It's only natural to be exhausted after what you went through. Besides, I also feel bad that you've been wrapped up in all of this. It's supposed to be my job to prevent that from happening. Oh, yeah, you said something about that last night. Just who are you exactly, Mio? Oh, well, the truth is, I've been trained in things having to do with the supernatural. Huh? You mean you can learn that kind of stuff like you would with flower arranging? I had quite the eventful childhood. Oh boy, that's never a good thing. Huh, that sounds like it must have been tough. Yes, it would take a long time to explain, so let's leave it at that for now. As fate would have it, I've ended up as their apprentice, or maybe more like assistant, to a notable paranormal expert. Schools have always had more paranormal disturbances because young people tend to be more susceptible to these things. I'm sent to schools that may experience something paranormal and put a stop to it before it happens. Wow, that's amazing! So it's like a part-time job you do while also being a student? Well, I do help maintain public order, but it's all part of my training, so I don't get any money. Oh, you got it rough then. But still, that really is amazing. You were so cool when you faced off against the evil spirit. I never know if I should be happy when you compliment me like that. But anyways, that's why it's up to me to resolve any paranormal issues at the school. And why I'm going to look into the cause of all this. But for now, let's head to school. Yeah! Oh, do you have your curse stone? Now that it's daytime and its power is diminished, I should be able to hold on to it. Want to give it a try? Right, I do have it, but... Yako. Is it really so wrong? Trying to bring Michio back, I mean? I can't approve of it. The rite may seem like a dream come true, but if it involves taking the lives of other people, then... Yeah, true. I want to make sure this whole ritual ends without anyone getting hurt. That's what I believe and what I'll put before anything else. I'm sorry, but... is it okay if I hold on to it? Yako, I promise I won't use the curse no matter what. But maybe there's some other way. I just have this feeling that I shouldn't give up on the possibility just yet. That said, I'll help you. Even if it's to stop the curses. For the Michio that still exists within me, I'll settle things so that we can move forward. Okay, but if you ever feel in danger, you can give me the cursed stone at any point. Right, thank you, Mio. Okay then, let's go. Files updated. Candy Shop Senoya. An old-fashioned candy shop located on a street corner in Honjo. It had been in Yako Sakazaki's family for 3 generations. On the weekends, you could spot Yako watching over the store, cooking monjayaki, and playing traditional tops and card games with the local children. Hey, I say she plays Yu-Gi-Oh, but this is the 80s. Though traditional candy shops are known for selling cheap treats for kids, it is not uncommon to see these largely privately owned businesses become something more like general stores, selling food, drinks, utensils, and many other daily necessities. Many families operate candy shops on the dirt ground floor of their home, known as a doma, with a space in the back where customers can eat monjayaki, as well as arcade games and capsule toy machines in the front. Such facilities make them attractive places for children to gather and play. However, the harsh reality is that traditional candy shops, which thrived during the period of high economic growth when many confectionery manufacturers entered the market, are experiencing a steady decline due to the rise of convenience stores and changes in children's interests and tastes. Yeah. That's sort of what happens when you open a very specialized store. Nowadays, anyway. It's like, you know, when you had the mom and pop stores and then Walmart happened. 8 a.m. High school front gate. Oh, police officer. Promising. Huh? I thought it unusually noisy. There's a big group of people and police in front of the school. Did something happen? If the police are here, then something must have. I'll go ask. Thanks. Excuse me. This isn't good. Huh? What happened? Don't panic, okay? The first teacher who came to work this morning found something. Okay? Mr. Janochi was found dead in the middle of the school grounds. What? They're closing the school for today. But that's not all. I didn't know this either since I didn't watch the morning news, but rumors are spreading that a number of bodies were found nearby. What? There's no way. Why? Could it be because of the curse? We don't know enough to say. From what I heard, Mr. Janochi's body was in the middle of the grounds. Janochi and his best friend Honda-kun? Yup. What was his first name? It was K something. It wasn't Katsuya, though. Kohei, that's it. Look at those sideburns. It's a very 60s haircut. But this is the 80s. But his body was covered in bruises like he'd fallen from somewhere high. Weird. Taking into account his unnatural death and the timing, it's very likely it has something to do with the curse. You're saying someone used their curse on him last night? This isn't looking good for Yako, because her curse kills people by, making them fall. And being covered in bruises is, you know, indicative of a fall. Uh-oh. Seems like it, doesn't it? But that's so scary! Eesh. So, the curses really do kill people. Yes, people die when they are killed. Shh, keep your voice down, okay? What would happen if another curse bearer heard you? Sorry. Was discovered on the school grounds at dawn. I wish we had a little more information, but they've locked up the front gate. Maybe we could sneak in through the back entrance. That person over there. Isn't that Hitomi Okuda? You're right. That's unusual. Oh, but she was at the school last night, too. She must know something about Mr. Janochi. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, Mio, wait for me! What could possibly go wrong? Huh. So you're telling me the two of you were the ones at the school last night? No sense hiding it, then. Plus, I owe you one, Mio. I'll tell you everything I know. Thank you. She owes you? Oh, yeah, right after I transferred here, there was a bit of trouble. She gave me one of those, what was it? Oh, exorcisms. Huh. So that's what it was. Neil's exorcism? Tell me, were you possessed by some kind of evil spirit? Well, I don't understand it all too well myself. What I can say for sure is, thanks to Mio, the weird symptoms that were happening to me all went away. Yep, some people are born with a natural sensitivity to the paranormal. They also tend to draw spirits to them naturally. This can cause strange symptoms they don't understand, like headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations. Even memory problems. Oh, that sounds like what happens to me on the regular. I must be sensitive to spirits. I'm sure it must have been very hard. So that's how it works, huh? Do people also have their personalities taken over when possessed too? It is possible with spirits who have a very close relationship to their target, like siblings or a parent and child. But you almost never hear about people being taken over completely. Well, isn't that good to know? It's when the two parties aren't in sync that those negative effects start to appear. Not quite. There are mediums and diviners who can align their minds with the spirits they call. Yes. I've watched Shaman King. Though there are people on TV who are just putting on a performance. Huh. There are people who in life had extremely powerful spirit sense, or a deep connection with the person. But even they shouldn't be able to completely take over the person they possess. And even if they did, even if they could, it'd only be enough to pressure them to choose certain behaviors that wouldn't be unusual for them to do on their own to begin with. But if that's the case, wouldn't you know if you were choosing that behavior of your own will or not? Playwright! Hello! Welcome in! I hope you guys enjoyed Genshin. For those who don't know me, hello! I'm Diana. I'm a VTuber, apothecarist, cat girl, big sister type. We are playing PARANORMASIGHT, which is a supernatural visual novel. We are out here trying to figure out what's going on with all of these curses. We just finished chapter 1, and now we're trying to get some more information. These two girls found out one of their teachers died under weird circumstances, so they're trying to figure out what the heck's going on. Take good care of your sweet theater patrons, of course! And obviously, everyone, if you gotta head on out, completely understand. Take care of yourselves, otherwise. We're happy to have you. Got a raid and run? Totally get it. Take care. Appreciate the lurking. Alright. Right now they were explaining how possessions work in this world. Hence why there are a lot of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. Though the spirit may influence the behavior and memories of the host. The deeper their connection in life, the easier it is for that to occur. I see. Getting possessed by a spirit is pretty complicated, huh? Must have been tough for you being possessed for so long, he told me. Whatever. Whatever might happen to me doesn't make any difference. Me being able to see spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things ended up like this. Yeah, it's not like being able to see them is your fault either. The same goes for me. Maybe it's just something we have to live with. I think you have a knack for it yourself, Yako. I bet you could see them too with a little training. I think I may pass. Come on, you know what? You don't want to be like an exorcist? You don't want to work with Mio? So that's why you do the job you do, huh, Mio? I thought she was a weirdo when she showed up all of a sudden saying she was gonna exorcise me. You hadn't said anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. You tried to perform an exorcism on her without telling her anything? You see, in my experience, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. Huh, I guess that makes sense. Alright, Jonochi's death. Not to be confused with Jonochi Katsuya of Yu-Gi-Oh! This is Jonochi Kohei, high school teacher. Did you hear about Mr. Jonochi? Heard about it? I've known about it since last night. I saw that asshole bite it on the school grounds myself. What? You saw it happen? Tell us about it. What happened exactly? I don't really know myself. It was pitch black. What I can tell you... It was almost dawn. Probably around 3. He started freaking out all of a sudden. Ran out onto the ground like something was chasing him, then screamed. Ah! Somebody help me! Forgive me, Michio! Or something like that while he was running around. Michio? He mentioned Michio? For the new folks who joined us, Michio is the name of Yako's friend. The police determined she died of suicide, even though there was no note, and Mio and Yako used a Ouija board to contact some spirits, and the spirits were like, nah, man. That was no suicide, that was an accident. So now they're trying to figure out exactly what happened as part of all of this. Was there anyone else out on the grounds? It was too dark to see from where I was. But for just a second, I think I saw a girl in a school uniform with her hair in braids. Oh? I did go out to make sure, so it could have been nothing for all I know. Then I heard him begging for his life like I was wrong and I'll do anything. Then all of a sudden, his arms and legs snapped. Oh. Even though he was just standing there. His arms and legs broke without anything being done to him? He fell over and quit moving, so I thought I'd better get out of there. Didn't even call the police. Then he croaked. That's all I saw. I see. But from what you've told us, it almost sounds like Michio's ghost chased down Mr. Jonochi and killed him. Hell if I know anything about that. I'm just telling you what I heard him say. Curiouser and curiouser. Did you tell that story to the police? Nope, and I ain't gonna. Can't count on them for shit. Well, she ain't wrong. Not like they'd believe such an insane story anyways. Right. But there must be at least one person in the police we're trusting, right? Yeah, I guess. There was this one cop who always got on my case about stuff. But he died just the other day. Oh, he did? I'm sorry to hear that. Everyone who gets involved with me ends up dead. Maybe I really am cursed. Pisses me off. You've got it all wrong. The spirit that possessed you wasn't that kind of spirit. Huh? It wasn't? Yeah. This was just an unfortunate coincidence. Though, I'm sure that was hard enough for you. Ooh. That's all I know about that asshole's death. Okay. Hey, Mio, I've been thinking something. The way she described it reminded me of something. The way Mr. Jonochi died. It sounds a lot like how Michio died. Of course, I didn't see it myself, but the state Michio's body was in, it was like she had fallen from high up. Could they have been killed by the same curse? I don't think so. The curse of the 7 mysteries hadn't manifested when she died. And if we can trust what the spirit board said, then Michio died in an accident. Oh. Right. That's all I know. Okay. We don't have the check mark, so we'll have to come back to that one. But she's just gonna keep repeating until we exhaust the other stuff. Alright, the classroom last night. You told me last night before you witnessed Mr. Jonochi collapse. Can I ask what he and you were doing in the classroom? You gonna tell the cops? Oh, right, with everything that happened with Mr. Jonochi. They'll suspect you if we told them we saw you with him that night. Anytime something happens with someone like me, all those shitty adults start jumping to conclusions. I understand. I won't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill him anyway. If you say so, then I don't mind telling you about it. So last night... A deep breath. I'm sure this is going exactly where I think this is going, but still I pray not. Yeah, that's about what I expected. That piece of shit Jonochi called me over here, acting like he was gonna attack me or something. What? How terrible! Whatever, I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. He had it coming! He's only got himself to blame. He had it coming! Whoa, okay. So it sounds like it wasn't actually, like, sexual assault. He was just straight up reaming into her, though I suppose it could have gone much darker. Hi, Butter! Calling people worthless and a cancer on society when he doesn't know shit about them. That asshole was the one always acting like scum, if you ask me. Yeah, there's always those teachers. always those teachers who were like, teaching was my last, was like at the bottom of my list of things I wanted to do. It was my last resort, and I resent every single second of it. Is that so? Could you tell us in more detail why he called you out in the middle of the night? It's hard to explain. Where to start? How about you start at the beginning? That's usually the best place to start. Okay. And that hasn't changed anything? Alright. So, Jonochi's misdeeds. What do you mean by Jonochi acting like scum? Was he doing something bad? You know Michio Shiraishi, right? The girl who killed herself? Huh? Michio? I don't know everything, but that creep of a teacher had some dirt on her. Uh-oh. And he was using it to blackmail her, call her up after school and make her do whatever he wanted. Oh, no. And here I thought we dodged that particular teacher assaulting students bullet. Aw, hell nah. Hi, Ranger. Hi, Mr. Yippee. What? What do you mean when you say whatever he wanted? I'll leave it to your imagination. Nothing that a couple model students like you would ever get involved in. No way, that's how! What do you mean by dirt? I don't know anything about this. How could I not have known about this? Yako, I know how you feel, but try to calm down. You got guts acting like you were her friend. Jonochi really did a number on both Michio's body and soul. She probably felt she couldn't tell anyone, like she had to suffer alone. No, how terrible. You tell me? How do you know about this? I just happened to walk in on it. What? I know the spots around school people go to when they want to stay out of sight. He ran off in a panic when I yelled at him asking what he was doing. Walked in on it? I couldn't just leave her alone, looking like she was about to cry, so I stuck around for a bit. She told me everything that happened in whispers. She probably figured I wasn't the type to spread that stuff around. But she never asked for my help. She told me that she was fine and to keep it a secret. Michio? Why? She probably thought she just had to grit her teeth till it was through. She was naive. I tried to tell her that if you give guys like that an inch, they'll take a mile. She kept saying about how it was her punishment. She was soft. For additional context for those who don't know, it's heavily implied through one of the other routes that Michio was an accomplice to the kidnapping of Hadue Shigima's son, and the boy ended up dying while he was kidnapped. Because basically, Jonochi, who ended up dying, said he saw Michio walking with the boy the day he went missing. So now the theory is she lured him away for whatever reason. Apparently her mother had remarried and her stepfather was a real piece of work, was a former criminal, so who knows what she felt compelled to do to protect herself and her mom. And then, well, the kid ended up dying. So she might have ended up justifying what she was doing, saying it's just for money, the kid'll be released, it'll be fine, and then, well. But we don't know for sure. That's just based on Jonochi's witness report, and clearly he is a very unreliable witness. And he's dead now anyway. Of course, Jonochi didn't change. He kept on doing what he was doing. I don't understand either of them, but that's as much as I was involved. How's the day going for me? It's been pretty good. Nice weather. I actually showed up everywhere I wanted to be on time, which is great. One of the ways ADHD manifests for me is struggling with time management. I have a really hard time. I either need to show up somewhere extremely early or I'll be extremely late. And it sucks. And then she killed herself. Nothing I can do about it now. Yeah, it's like for me, being only 3 minutes late is basically on time. It's like, oh my god, this is a miracle. Pigs must be flying. To some extent, I can blame it on how terrible the busing is where I am. But like, that's what I mean. If I want to be somewhere on time, I need to be ridiculously early. You trying to say it's my fault? She told me not to say anything. She told me she was fine. So what the hell more responsibility do I have other than what I already did? Yako, there's no point blaming Hitomi. Michio, why? The dirt on Michio. Did you hear what this dirt was? Nope, never heard what it was. But from the sound of it, he'd been blackmailing her since about a year ago. For that long? Probably caught her doing something she shouldn't have been. She looked well behaved, but there's more to her person than meets the eye, you know? There must have been some reason. Dunno, got nothing to do with me. Fair. So, last night, how did it start? Alright. Remember that nosy cop I mentioned who was always on my case? He died at the former Yasuda Gardens a couple days ago. Yoshimi was his name. He was part of the juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop at all. Real rough guy, but good at looking out for folks. So he was the only one I could talk to. Huh, so there was someone like that with the police. Too bad he ended up dying. Oh, another thing. One time he suddenly introduced his fiancée to me. It was hilarious seeing a big guy like that act like a shy little kid all of a sudden. She told me that she was like me when she was my age, and that she was on my side. Oh, it must have been a terrible loss for her too. Yeah, I do feel a little bad for her when I think about how sad she must be. And I saw him at the gardens the night he died. Oh no. Whenever I would get worked up over something, Yoshimi always took me straight to that park. Then he'd listen to whatever it was I was pissed off about. That day, he called me over there like usual. But something seemed off about him. Like he was worried about something? Worried about something? Yeah, he asked me for a favor too. That was pretty unusual. A favor? What kind of favor? He handed me a weird talisman and asked me to hold on to it for him. A talisman? Yeah, just a normal good luck charm. I figured if that's it, then sure, I'll take it. I have it with me now. But that was it all. Then he told me that he wanted me to look for a talisman Michio Shiraishi had that looked like this one. Huh? Michio? What does she have to do with this? Yoshimi had been meeting up and talking with her. While they were together, he noticed that she had, like, a special talisman or something. But apparently Michio always avoided the subject. A talisman that Michio had. He knew that I knew her, so that's why he asked me, he said. Could there have been something that Michio couldn't tell even the police about? I know things at home were a little complicated. From what I heard, Michio was keeping her mouth shut about what Jonochi was doing to her. Hard to talk with the cops when someone's got dirt on you. And I didn't squeal on anything about Michio either. Michio, what is it that had such a strong grip on you? So basically, Yoshimi didn't just have his eye on Michio, but her talisman too. But after she died, he didn't know where it ended up. So since I knew her from school, he wanted me to look into it for him. Is there something special about the 2 talismans? I wonder why he gave it to you. Hell if I know. When I looked inside it, there's just a weird kind of grimy scrap of wood. So you've seen inside it. But from the way he was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. But to be honest, what he was asking is such a pain in the ass, I figured he had to be serious about it. Oh, and since he died right after that. Yeah, he even said to me, if anything happens to me, take those 2 talismans. Give them to a guy named Nakagoshi at the police department. Knowing what I know now, he probably felt that something was gonna happen to him. Nakagoshi? Huh? Do you know him, Mio? No, I've just heard the name, I think. So there really is a Nakagoshi. That's a relief, at least. Anyway, it didn't feel right just ignoring a dead guy's last request. You told me? Yeah? That talisman. Would you mind if I had a look at it? Sorry, but I don't trust you all that much yet. It's important to me. Oh. Okay. Well, alright then. What? You thought we were just gonna run off with it? So, last night, you were looking for the talisman Michio had? Yeah. And I figured that piece of garbage teacher would know the most about Michio. I asked him yesterday afternoon if he knew anything about her talisman. He gave me some cryptic response like I can't talk about it now, come to the school tonight. He even gave me the code to the lock on the back entrance. He seemed pretty willing to give it out. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's used it for secret meetings before. Yuck. I can only imagine. We climbed over the front gate to get in. So yeah, we met up in the classroom in the middle of the night. But nothing he said made any sense. Like, that I was really Michio and stuff like that. He went on and on about how it was my fault and that if only I hadn't been around or something. He grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. Ugh. Were you okay? Yeah, that's right when you 2 showed up. I was able to get away while Jonochi was freaking out. Oh my god, good thing you got away. So it's really all thanks to you 2 that I got away. But I didn't get any info about the talisman, so the whole thing was sort of a bust. Afterwards, I was wondering what you 2 were up to, so I hid nearby. Then I saw you and old man Ashimiya talking, and then Mio showed up. Oh, you did? That's also why I saw Jonochi come back outside and bite it. Hold on. Because Yako told told Ashimiya that Jonochi was on the second floor and looking for him. And then the guy suddenly died. So you were only here to look for Michio's talisman. Was dumb to fall for that crap Jonochi's trap so easily. Well, we're trying to do a good thing. Could have gone a lot worse, but I lucked out. What you described does sound like Michio killed Mr. Jonochi. She did have a reason to hate him, after all. No way, you mean, like, that really was her ghost? Like, for real? Those who die bearing strong resentment or regret occasionally become spirits, either bound to a place or roaming freely. However, it'd usually be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power. But it's possible they could possess someone close to them to act on those lingering regrets. Uh-oh! I think Yako got possessed. Because when they saw Jonochi with Hitomi, suddenly Yako was talking about that bastard's at it again. I have to kill him. So I think, yeah, Mio got possessed, or is still possessed by Michio. And it's Michio who's using the curse. RIP. Huh. Wonder if that's what happened. Alright, then supposing what the spirit board said is true and Michio's death was an accident, then she must have had some regrets. She hadn't really given up on living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter what the situation. I don't really know, but she didn't seem like she had something tormenting her so much that she'd kill herself. And that's all I know. Happy? I still gotta look for the talisman. Sure. Thank you, Hitomi. Oh, and if you two find out anything about Michio's talisman, yeah, we'll be sure to let you know. Thanks. Oh. Can we get your contact info? Where can we normally find you? Right, I'm not home most of the time. Usually I'm at a friend's place. Here's the phone number. Thanks. We'll call her if we need to talk with you. And, what is it? You're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kind of scared at first, but not anymore. Shut up! You were the ones avoiding me. Anyway, catch you later. And don't die out there, okay? Thanks, we'll be careful. Alright then. We got a lot of new information. Sounds like Mr. Jonochi was killed by a curse, just as we thought. Which means there was a curse bearer at the school. Multiple, in fact. Multiple? You think so? Yes, the curse echo we experienced in the school and the one that killed Mr. Jonochi seem to be different. The people in the school at that time other than us were Mr. Jonochi, Hitomi, an old man Ashimiya who you ran into. I was thinking it would be among them, but but there was one more person. He told me he saw a girl in a school uniform with braids. From what he told me was saying, it doesn't seem like she's one. Mr. Jonochi is pretty suspicious, though. If he were a curse bearer, it would certainly explain why he was killed. Right. That's why I say there are multiple. Oh, right. The person who killed Mr. Jonochi would have to be one, too. Which means it must be either the mysterious girl or old man Ashimiya? Yeah. We should be careful. We should certainly be careful of them. That said, the mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Jonochi thought it was Michio that was attacking him has me wondering. Of course, I doubt Michio herself was actually there, but... Oh! I just remembered. I also saw Mr. Adaishi outside the main gate last night. You did? It's likely he's involved with the curses, given that he's the one doing research on the rite of resurrection. So we'll have to be careful of old man Ashimiya and Mr. Adaishi. I want to believe that not all curse bearers will be hostile, but... As for what to do now... I'd like to find out who is responsible for the Feast of Shadows that set this off and how they did it. I don't think we'll be able to end this without stopping it at its source. That makes sense. In which case, next we should do... What exactly? We'll need to talk with Mr. Adaishi. He definitely knows something. It should be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. Got it. I'll help you in any way I can. But the school is closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try heading someplace someone may know where he is. Where to go then? Well, we know what cafe he likes to hang out at, so then it's the question of... Well, I guess we could just pick everything. "9 a.m. And so... Mio Kurosuzu and Yako Sakazaki decided on their next location to investigate. Oh? Was that wrong? Hold on. Let's see if anything changes if we pick something else. Okay. I think we can't progress that point yet. Might as well quickly check the others. Also, ad break starting in a minute. Okay, last. Okay, yeah. So we'll have to continue Tsutsumi's storyline. Alrighty. ad break kicking in. We shall be right back. 3, 2, 1, whee! for a little bit longer, sorting things out. Hajime Yoshimi's death, Nejima's threat of mass murder, the problems just pile up, putting the detective's goals of collecting all the curse stones in jeopardy. Tsutsumi leaves Erio to handle the investigation while he catches a quick break. Who's got time for a break? Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information. Took you long enough. Well, we got ourselves quite the mess. Strange deaths popping up all over the place that may or may not have something to do with the curses. We also need to keep looking into Yoshimi and Nejima. For now, we'd better start following up on the few leads we've got. Guess I better see what Adio's found. Forensic had finished their investigation and the body's been carried away. That said, we're still closing the park to the public, at least for the time being. This place was really giving me the creeps last night, but it looks pretty normal now with the sun out. Yeah, funny how that works, huh? Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in. Thanks, the floor's yours. A total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. So let's start with that one, the young man we found here. He'd been identified as Shogo Okie, 25 years old. A regular old office worker who worked around here. He died of asphyxiation due to water in the lungs. He drowned. He drowned? In the middle of the park? That's not possible. It's gotta be a curse we're dealing with here. About that, boss, isn't this park associated with one of those 7 mysteries too? Yeah, the Whispering Canal. That's right, the Whispering Canal. It does seem like there'd be a link between a canal and a death by drowning, don't you think? Sharp thinking, Ariel. We're starting to get the hang of this. So let's assume they're related. What's next? Before that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex in Kamezawa. The victim has been identified as Tawako Hayashi, 29 years old. She was an office worker who lived on her own in the area. As for the cause of death, well, yes. The entirety of her body was crushed by some kind of strong external force. Yikes! That's, the Foot Washing Mansion one. I think. Kills by crushing. Yeah, okay. No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we're looking for something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop. Hang on, are you saying she was stepped on? Meaning, the Foot Washing Mansion. Exactly. Crushing is the Foot Washing Mansion's modus operandi. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the 7 mysteries. Then, is this Namagaki's doing? Shit, I knew he'd used it. Judging by the amount of soul dregs, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. Guess we should report this to Paranormal Affairs. Got it. And as for the 3rd victim, he was identified as Kohei Jonochi, 32, a teacher at Komogata High. He was found in the school's courtyard. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard, he couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or the main building. A teacher dying at school. Not just any school. Komogata houses one of the 7 mysteries. The Fool's Procession. Right, it's where the Fool's Procession is supposed to be. It's too big of a coincidence. We can't rule out the possibility that this death was also the work of a curse. I see. Either way, it seems all 3 victims can be tied to the 7 mysteries. There's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. But you've got a point. All these strange deaths do point in one direction. That's right. In Hajime's case, wasn't all that different either. He also died of mysterious causes in a place connected to the 7 mysteries. Problem is that the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated. Could he have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the 7 mysteries? That's a thought, but if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner. One who could pull off a curse like that without using a curse stone. There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that. Oh, really? I see. I don't know much about that stuff. I'd be more surprised if you did. Alright. Well, looking at these deaths, it seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night. But we can't rule out that there were more killings from which the bodies haven't been found. Yikes, I hadn't thought of that. But there is one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stone, it seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun's out. Oh, that's great news. So basically we're safe during the daytime? Exactly. It's also likely why Nejima gave us till dusk. He must know the curse stones couldn't be used during the day. Either way, we got till nightfall to settle this. It's time we flushed out the other curse bearers. Aye, boss, let's do this. Alright, the curse bearers. At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, you included. Yutaro Namagaki had the foot-washing mansion, and Hideki Araishi had the ever-burning lantern. We've got both of their curse stones. And then there's Neishima, who claims he has the one-sided reed. Yeah, that about sums it up. Files updated. We'd better figure out who the remaining 5 are quick. How should we go about looking for them? There's no point in searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Nejima may lead us to the other curse bearers too. Either way, he should be our top priority. He could do some real damage if we don't get him. I also want to look a little more into Yoshimi. I've got a feeling there's some connection there. Aye, boss. Sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Sure do. Alright, Hajime Yoshimi. I asked around Sumida's Community Safety Bureau where Yoshimi was stationed at. It seems like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michio Shiraishi. Yeah, I heard about that. He was trying to determine whether it really was a suicide, looking into the height of the building, the force of the impact, her wounds, all that. He must have suspected some kind of foul play because he ordered a full investigation. But it had already been deemed a suicide, and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up. What was the evidence? Well, according to the report I found on his desk last night, the body was found at the foot of a building a ways away from the road. There was no evidence of a vehicular collision, so it was ruled a suicide, but he thought there was more to it? Yes, a truck or other flat-faced vehicle traveling at high speeds could have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awful lot like a fall. So there is a chance it wasn't a suicide. But what a terrible way to go. There was no brake marks on the road, meaning it would have been a hit and run. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all. This is turning into quite the grisly case. So basically it was vehicular manslaughter. Though, manslaughter, isn't it? I can't remember if manslaughter is like, oh yeah, you killed someone, but you didn't mean to. If they hit her without slowing down, it was vehicular murder? But the vehicle couldn't have come out of a collision like that unscathed. Exactly, so I asked the traffic bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage. But I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard. So we've got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than a suicide, it's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth. That's true. You think the driver is the one who did him in? Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to forensics and the traffic bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up. You're right on that. Even if the suicide was a cover-up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem like enough reason to kill a cop. Oh, that's right. Unrelated, but I got something else too. I managed to get a hold of Michio Shiraishi's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch over the course of his investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop by too. Good thinking. Hopefully that'll give us some more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic. Remember the girl Yoshimi met with the day he died? One Hitomi Okuda? Community safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand. Not even an address? Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues from the sounds of it. They even said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there. Not sure we really have the time for a stakeout right now. But she could be a kill witness. Can't we have community safety track her down for us? We can ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Komogata High School is closed today. Because of the teacher that died? Yep. Alright, but if it's not something we can do today, we might have to forget about it. Let's move on then. I got some information about Yoshimi's fiancée from community safety. Her name is Mayu Chozawa, 27 years old. She works as a beautician in the area. Look, I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But... oh boy, here it comes. But what? Community safety hasn't been able to contact her since Yoshimi died. Not by phone or at her house. In other words, no response. Dead silence. There it is. Can't things just be easy for once? Oh my god, I love her. What a great look. A real beauty, that one for sure. It's definitely starting to look suspect. A crime of passion, perhaps? Huh? It is fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or a spouse. But Yoshimi was well liked, and they'd been together for over 10 years. Oh, that don't mean anything. You never know. Things could have been different behind closed doors. I mean, 10 years and you find out he was cheating on you? And you go ballistic? That can happen. But we'll have to consider the opposite scenario, too. It could be that the same person who was out for Yoshimi is after his fiancé as well. She could be in danger. You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. Alright, Fumichika Nejima. HQ has mobilized a search unit for Nejima, but so far we haven't received any word. Guessing he wasn't at home or at work? About that, apparently he vacated his last known address a week ago. Oh, how convenient! And no one thought to say anything about that? How often do you have to meet a parole officer when you were sentenced for life in prison for murder? I'd imagine every week, but... You serious? So we have no idea where he lives? It gets worse. I checked in with the factory he was working at. They told me he was only there for a month before he quit. And again, no one reported anything? Per what they talked about, the employer is supposed to know that this person has a criminal record. So did they not report? Oh my god. Hold on a second, you're telling me nobody caught that? Well, I had the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. Fuck my life. What an absolute useless piece of shit. That guy's gotta lose his job. Please lose your job. Turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking on his workplace. He also said he lost track of Nejima when he moved to a new place. Oh, jeez, that's just sloppy. I've heard that they're giving parole to just about anyone these days because they're running out of room in the prisons. What the fuck? That's when you build more prisons! The incompetence of the criminal justice system astounds me. This was 40 years ago. Man. Which also means there aren't enough probation officers to go around. Dude's probably overworked. Okay! True. Fair. But what... The person you start cutting corners on, in that case, are the people who got put on parole for minor crimes, not the serial killer? God. So Nejima got to fuck about unsupervised. God damn it! This asshole is annoyingly good at faking remorse or insanity, whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth. He's probably hiding under a false name, which will make it hard to track him down. That'd explain why he so brazenly made contact. That asshole, he's mocking us. Well, for now, the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed. It's gonna take way too long. We only have until dusk. Also, when did you last take a picture of him? Because if dude lost a whole bunch of weight, depending when you took his mugshot, he might not even look like that anymore. Brat. Speaking of Nejima, yeah. Did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her into protective custody as soon as possible. Not yet. I can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to the house either. That's not good. Does that mean she never came home? Why weren't you the one trying to reach her? Shut up! I don't have her contact info, alright? Damn, she really doesn't trust you, huh? Either way, I told her mother that it was an emergency and that we'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was real reluctant, but I got her to agree. I guess that explains why you got divorced. But if you, her former father, can't find her, how the hell did Nejima do it? Former, eh? That cuts deep. Yikes, sorry, it just kind of slipped out. Anyway, I suspect it has something to do with this curse echo. Back on topic already, huh? He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. It may even allow him to act from a distance. I see. The one-sided read. What was that story about again? Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up. Alright. One of the more gruesome of the 7 mysteries. Just sounds perfect for Nejima. As for Nejima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it till we find something. I'll check in with HQ frequently to see if they've got any updates. And that's about it. Shall we continue our investigation? We could go to Komokata High to look into Hitomi Okuda, or to Michio Shiraishi's house to find out more. The smooth jazz, alright. I think this is a good place to wrap up for today. Good old smooth jazz, alright. So, tomorrow is Thursday. That's a break day for me. So no stream. And I will see you guys on Friday for more Pokemon. We're gonna change things up. We're gonna play some Pokemon Leaf Green. Yippee! Yippee! We're getting pretty close to finishing that one off. We are in Fuchsia City. So we gotta hit up the Safari Zone, get the Surf TM, and then fight Koga, get the badge, then head to Cinnabar, then head to Viridian City, and then we can hit the Pokemon League. Yeah! So not too much longer. Technically, you can catch Mewtwo after as well, but in my brain, the story of Pokemon ends when you beat the League. So we'll see. We'll see. For now, let's see who we can raid. Do. Excuse me. Enjoyed the stream. Take care. Thank you. Ooh. Let me make sure she's not finishing first, though. Okay, perfect. Fishy Meep is playing Muse Dash. So that sounds good. We'll change things up. Alrighty. Whoops. Here is a raid. Here, love Muse Dash. I figured you'd approve. They're doing a collab. They are or did a collab with Wuthering Waves. I didn't pay much attention to it. So I'm not sure if it's still ongoing. But yeah, Discord. Merch. If you're feeling fanciful. But for now, that is gonna be it for me. Thank you, Playwright, again, and his patrons for the raid, if any of y'all are still around. I will see you guys next time. So for now, that's gonna be it for me. If it's daytime where you are, have a wonderful rest of your day. And if it's nighttime, have a great rest when you head on off to bed. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Wash your face, brush your teeth, eat a good food, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye! Bye-bye-bye-bye!